Friends, during this pandemic, we all have experienced seasons of loneliness, probably like we never have before. And so I want to take a little time to acknowledge that, to reflect on that, and then to speak some words of encouragement. But first, these words from Henry Nouwen on loneliness. It is this most basic human loneliness that threatens us and is so hard to face. Too often, we will do everything possible to avoid the confrontation with the experience of being alone. And sometimes we are able to create the most ingenious devices to prevent ourselves from being reminded of this condition. Our culture has become most sophisticated in the avoidance of pain, not only our physical pain, but our emotional and mental pain as well. We have become so used to this state of anesthesia that we panic when there is nothing or nobody left to distract us. When we have no project to finish, no friend to visit, no book to read, no television to watch, or no record to play, and when we are left all alone by ourselves, we are brought so close to the revelation of our basic human aloneness and are so afraid of experiencing an all-pervasive sense of loneliness that we will do anything to get busy again and continue the game, which makes us believe that everything is fine after all. What has your experience of loneliness been like during this pandemic? How have you handled the loneliness? What have you done to escape the loneliness? Are there ways that God has met you in the loneliness? Ways that you have experienced Him minister to you in this time because of the space, because of the quiet. The message of Jesus is about God as the one who is towards us, who speaks to us, to whom we belong. To experience that mutual belonging is salvation. In that experience, God's saving power is made manifest. In contemporary terms, salvation means belonging. The way we experience the opposite of salvation is alienation. Belonging and alienation are words that speak to us today. We know what alienation is on the personal level, on the social level, and on the religious level. Alienation means our utmost misery. The opposite of alienation is belonging. Translated into our terms today, the message of Jesus is you belong. You don't have to earn it. The ultimate belonging. It is a given fact. It's the most basic truth of your life. Don't you know that in your heart of hearts? Jesus asks us. And Paul will say the same thing in his own words. By grace you have been saved. You belong. You are members of the family, no longer alien. Now act accordingly. Act as one acts when one belongs. God's gift of belonging has implications towards yourself, towards others, towards society. The kingdom of God has, all of a sudden, social implications. So Jesus comes and proclaims the kingdom of God with power available to anyone here and now. We merely need to accept the gift of belonging. That is conversion. Accept your belonging, Jesus says. Snap out of your alienation. Don't hang on to your private little self. Open yourself to the gift of belonging. All the joy of heaven is yours for the taking. No, for the giving of yourself. That is God's kingdom and conversion. That is what Jesus preached. These words are from Brother David Stendal Rast. We belong. What a gift that is to hear, to be reminded of, that we belong to God. And we belong to God as part of a community. How can we encourage one another and help one another get through this tough season? And more than get through, how can we help one another to thrive in this time?